So this is a Bailey Discovery D4-4. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. Coming down the side of the caravan, or at the front of the caravan, looking from the front back, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the van. They are just there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. You could potentially damage the floor of the van if you did lift the caravan with these legs off the ground. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your water pump connection, very simple to use. Pull the blue trigger back and release it out the side of the caravan and push it in and lock it into place. Again, pulling back the blue trigger to do this. You've got your pump then that drops down inside the acro roll to pick up the water supply. Next up, you've got your heating and hot water flow. The heating and hot water flow is very simple there to allow the heating system to breathe. You don't need to do anything with this, you don't ever cover it up, you leave it open at all times. Then got your two fridge vents there to allow the fridge system to breathe. Turn around to hopefully stop some of the wind. The fridge system allow the fridge system to breathe, so essentially they'll put out some hot air and they'll take in some cool air. Behind the top cover you've got a gas flue for when you're running the fridge on gas. Motor mover at the moment, we'll demonstrate the motor mover to you here on the side, and then we'll actually talk about it so they've been tied to the ground. Then you've got your two great waste pipes. So at the front of the caravan you've got your fresh water going in, and then down the side of the van here you'll have your waste water coming out the side of the van. You have 2 bits of grey pipe that go into them larger diameter holes and then drop down inside the waste master. Back of the caravan you've got your toilet flush tank. So you'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to using the toilet system. And then the bottom, you'll have your toilet waste cassette, which will open that up. You'll pull out the waste cassette by pulling up your orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. And on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button so when you tip the waste away it doesn't split and smash back at you. In that tank 1 litre of water and a cap full of pink blue fluid prior to use. On the back of the caravan on either side, again, you've got your wind down legs again, and like I said before, they are just there for stabilising, not lifting the van. On the side of the caravan, you've got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the van. You've got your power socket going into the side, so you push the power in and lock it into place. You've then got your motor mover power switch, which we'll demonstrate in person. In the side locker here, you've got your gas bottle running the caravan on, and you've got your gas valve on top of the regulator, which says open for gas on and closed for gas off. The pipe work that goes into the bottle is a reverse thread fitment, so you need to turn it the opposite way to what you would a Coke bottle lid, for instance, to release the fitment. You've then got your storage locker at the front for underneath the front seating area. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. As you walk in the door on the right hand side, you've got your main power switch, so you need to turn this power switch on to have 12 volt or mains power inside the caravan. You've then got your battery level voltage on the bottom left hand side here, and it brings it up on the screen here. You've got your water pump run, which I'll show you in a moment. I'll just going to switch it off for now. You've got your main lighting for the inside of the caravan, which will turn all the lights on and off inside the caravan, if you're going out, for instance. And then you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan on the switch just here. You can individually switch all the lights on and off as you go around the caravan, and also individually on the little lights at the front. So the first thing we're going to need to do is fill the water system up on board the caravan. To do this, we're going to need to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van. And in here, you'll find your hot water tank. Down the side of that hot water tank, you've got your yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve, it needs to be parallel with the floor prior to filling the water system up and upright towards the bottom of the seat. If that yellow valve is upright and you turn the water pump on, all the water coming from the acro roll will drain straight back onto the floor underneath the van. Flat with the floor, it will allow you to fill the system up. You'll then come over to every tap on board the caravan, and when you open each tap up, so like I said, you open the kitchen taps up, the sink in the kitchen, the sink in the bathroom, and the sink, let me start again there. All the taps you'll open, the tap in the kitchen, the tap in the washroom, and the tap on the shower itself. Now, as you can see, at the moment there's no water coming out of this tap. I've actually filled the system up, but because the water pump's turned off, it's not pressurising the system to push the water through the caravan. So once you've got all them taps open, you come over to your control panel on the opposite side of the caravan and turn on the water pump switch. Now, as you can see, the green light has appeared and we have water coming out of every tap on board the caravan. At this point, when you've got water coming out of every tap, you can shut all of the taps back off, and that is your water system full. You always bleed the water system on the hot side of the water heating, not on the cold side. The cold side, when you turn the tap on, it may spit and sputter to start with, but you'll have water pretty instantly from those taps. At that point, you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So on the control panel just here, on the far side of the caravan, when I press the button, it will light up. So the first symbol you see flashing here is the internal temperature of the caravan. So you press the button again and then spin the dial either right or left to control the room temperature on the caravan. To set it, you'll press the central button and the caravan will start warming up to 25 degrees as we have set it to. When this icon's flashing again, you can spin the dial to the right hand side and this is your water temperature. So you'll press the central button again and then you can either select Eco, Hot or Boost depending on what you wanted to do with the water system. If you want it to stay on so it just warms up gradually, you can have it on Eco. If you want it to be hot water, as in higher temperature, so it's around 45 to 50 degrees on the hot mode, or if you're showering on board the caravan, you can have it on Boost. But you will need to have it on Boost for that water system to warm up quick enough to shower on board the van, or to wash up on board the van if you're going to have the water running continuously. We do advise, if you're going to boost the water system, that you also use the gas and electric mode that is on here to boost the water system as well. It'll increase the temperature of the water as it is warming up. Next icon across that you'll see is the power source you want to use in the caravan. So you press the central button. You've either got gas on its own and it will self-ignite on gas. If it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail on the screen. A mix of 1000 watts of electric and gas coming into the caravan at the same time. Mix 2, 2000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. Electric 1 is 1000 watts of electric on its own. And electric 2 is 2000 watts of power on its own. Depending on what caravan site you're on, will depend on what you set this to. So for instance, 1000 watts of electric, hit the central button and it will select the power source you want to use there. If you're off grid, I would advise you use it as gas, or you would need to use it as gas only. If you're on a site with lower power available, then I'd advise again that you use the gas and the mains power to control the temperature of the caravan and the hot water system. The last symbol that we see on this screen here is the fan system on board the caravan. So you've got Eco or High, depending on what you wanted to do with the caravan. So this is a bit like the fans in your car, for instance. So if we select High, the fans will kick in and it will blow the air around the caravan a lot stronger than what it does if you've just got it on the Eco mode. Down the bottom of the screen here, we have got 3 advanced settings. For those, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan, because if I tried to explain them in the video, it'd probably take me around 2 to 3 hours to complete. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge system. The fridge is very simple to use. So on this control on the left hand side here, you've got the off position at the top. You've got 240 volt mode for if you're on a mains powered site, and you can control the temperature of the fridge on this dial on the right hand side. We've got 12 volt mode, so when we're towing down the road, we can use the fridge as a cool box to allow the fridge to chill. So you connect to the car first, come inside the caravan and select the 12 volt mode. Like I said, then that will chill the fridge. It will not get the fridge completely cold, it will just chill it. And if you then wanted to go to gas when you're on site, one thing to say about the 12 volt mode is you do not need to have the control panel turned on over here for that to work. You can literally just come inside, turn on the 12 volt mode and start your journey. If you want to run the fridge on gas, you can spin this dial to the bottom, to the gas symbol. You'll press in the temperature control valve and hit the igniter at the same time. Now when the fridge has ignited on gas, this little red line that you see here will actually come round into the green, and essentially that is your pilot light. If the little red line stays in the green, it means the fridge has ignited. Once that line is there though, you do need to make sure you continue to hold in the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the gas valve, a bit like you would with a barbecue at home or your hob when you initially ignite it. You'll then be able to control the fridge temperature again on this dial on the right hand side for the gas mode. Hob, grill and oven all work very much the same as your household appliances, no difference at all there. And the last thing we're going to go through on the caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. So the toilet has an electric flush. You'll press the button on top to flush it. You have a red indicator light here to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full, and that will, like I said, will illuminate red. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, so if it's turned to one side, you won't be able to remove the toilet cassette from underneath the van. You do need to make sure it's in the straight on position with the back of the toilet system itself, and like I said, that just does make it a bit of a more usable, shall we say, if the toilet seat turns. And then below the toilet you have a grey waste handle. At the moment the grey waste flap in the centre of the toilet, which is that flap in the centre there, is closed, as you can see, which is stopping any smells from the toilet system coming back up inside the van. If it had been used, you need to open this up and push it across to the right hand side here to allow the waste into the cassette. However, when you've finished using it, it will need to be back in the central position so you can remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the van, as if it's not, it will actually stop you from removing that cassette, and if you do manage to, it could potentially break the toilet waste cassette itself. So as I said, this is the Bailey Discovery D4-4. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.